Cool. So welcome to the VOD review, everybody. This is a self-VOD review. I'm going to be going over one of my games on Zarya, on Dorado. I'm pretty sure I was solo queued for this game. As you can see in the lower left-hand corner, I'm top 500 right now in this video. I think I'm like 350 NA. I don't really know. Unstoppable. One day you'll have a good computer, man. Once you get that computer that can play Overwatch, it's gonna feel so much better, man. Promise. Okay, so yeah, this is like a very high elo game. I think that the average rank was relatively high. Fortunately, like I saved this VOD at the exact moment I needed to. So I didn't like miss anything really. Oh god, that was weird.
Get that very often. We going?
Can I fast forward?
Right mouse button, right?
Okay. I want to point out one thing that's actually really interesting. Oh, I just punched my mic. I want to point out one thing that's really interesting. I managed in a solo queue environment. Oh wait, did I have people's ranks? There we go. Okay, so you can see everybody's rank there. I'm really impressed that we were able to pull off 3 tank 3 support meta in solo queue. Like everybody in this game is solo queued. I mean, each team has a top 500. Oh, I'm 44. Okay, not 350. Whatever. It's like a few wins away from each other anyway. So you got the top 500s. You've got 2 masters, and 3 diamonds. So, oh wait, sorry. There's two people that are queued up on our team. My bad. That's about that. Nobody dies. Our goal is to take the longest fight possible. I don't want to listen to myself. Please stop talking. Okay. I'm kind of tempted to slow down the video, but whatever.
God, what do you feel better with? If you feel better with Mercy, it's fine to switch.
Alright, so I barrier. I know I'm going to take a ton of damage there. They're really spamming the hell out of my Reinhardt shield. That's why I know, like when the enemy team is doing a really good job of shooting at the Reinhardt shield, that's when Zarya can step in, pop a barrier, take a little bit of the abuse off of Reinhardt's shield, and help him out. Don't forget that each of your barriers, so like if you barrier at the start of the enemy team spamming your Reinhardt shield, that's 200 health. And then you barrier again after 10 seconds, that's another 200 health. That's 400 extra health that the Reinhardt shield has. So you will be like almost guaranteed to win a shield battle, Reinhardt v Reinhardt, or like team versus team, I suppose. The enemy team does have a Mei. Fortunately, I'm able to sneak around and barrier my Reinhardt. If it had been frozen, we would have completely lost this point right away, but we didn't. We were able to hold on to it. Here, I'm just trying to spam out the other team. We're getting aggressed by the Mei. Fortunately, I have my barrier up again. It's really convenient because Mei's wall and my projector barrier have relatively the same cooldown. So I can always use it once a Mei tries to wall somebody off and push them. And now I'm back to like a holding position. I need a little bit of health. What I'll do typically is if I know I have an Ana on my team, I try to remember where she's at. Sometimes I mess it up like shield move or alt move. And I'll just try to get LOS with her, not LOS with the enemy, and I'll stand still so Ana can get some fast heals on me. Okay, here I probably barrier that Roadhog. He can't heal right now. He's losing tons of health. I have a projected barrier. Even if my barrier doesn't take any damage, I have to barrier him so that he can live. And I do barrier him. If I hadn't done that, he would have drank and he wouldn't have healed at all. He would have died. So I'm pretty sure that my barrier took 50 damage or 200 damage. So this guy was like, he was completely dead. By the pure grace of my hand, I allowed him to live.
I had to barrier that Roadhog.
Yep. Okay, I hate listening to myself. If there is any way to mute my voice on these videos, I'm probably going to start doing it. Okay, so I made a tactical decision here. I knew that the enemy team was going to do a really good job of spamming out a Reinhardt shield. They have a Mei, they have an Ana, they have a Zarya, they have a Pharah. Now, the Pharah just killed herself. I don't know what happened. But the moral of the story is they're at some point breaking through our defenses. Now, one thing you can do to prevent them from breaking through is to attack their backline or to flank them. And that either forces their team to split so they can't push in fours, or somebody has to drop back to deal with the flanker. Now, as you just saw a second ago, I jump up into this left area. I do this jump all the time. I do this this move tons of times, like just jumping on here and flanking all the time. It's really good for distracting the enemies. Especially at high energy, you can just rain hell upon people. So here I target the Mercy. I almost take her down. Unfortunately, my grenade missed. I thought she was going to fly farther than she did. I think that's kind of like my problem for not having too much spatial awareness. I don't know. I think it was okay. I think in the future I may wait until I see Mercy slowing down first. Is that probably the most practically boosted? I think so, Nostalgic. I think it's the most practical jump. Really, I do. There's another really practical jump on Anubis. I could show you that one if you guys wanted. You can hear Overwatch in the background. What else? I don't think I know of any other extremely useful jumps that I would ever use. Like, they're very few and far between, but the ones that are useful are extremely useful. I mean, I know there's some on King's Row that are really nice. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Anyway, so I'm targeting this Mercy. You see how I'm forcing people back to deal with me? Like, that Mercy almost dies. Like, she is very lit. If I wanted to, I could probably dive for the Mercy and kill her. If I did that, my team could expend some ults and wipe the enemy team. Yeah, true nostalgic. Oh, there's another good jump on this map, actually. To get onto the bridge in Street's Face that are, like, right behind me. Like, the second point. So, they're missing one of their healers. They can't push very well. This is where having enemies that have good comms are better than enemies that have bad comms. And this is why people that are good at a lower rank aren't necessarily as good at a higher rank. Because somebody, like a worse player would dive that Mercy right now, and they would get killed. Maybe they kill the Mercy, but they come from the backline and they try to fight everybody, and they just get focused and die. I'm playing this differently, so I know that this Mercy is isolated. I know that she can heal her teammates. I don't have to expend. I don't have to use, I don't have to give up my positioning to go for her. And my hope is that Mercy is saying, like, hey, I need help. I've got 20 health. There's a Zarya pinning me down. Somebody help me. Ideally, that's what's going on. Obviously there's no way to know. So I'm just continuing to check the Mercy's position. I see her go under, so she can res. Yeah, I guess she didn't. Here, that was very interesting. Yeah, cutie, I'm doing a VOD review. Okay, so this is a very interesting move on the Pharah's part. She started shooting at me, and then swapped her aggro. She looked at somebody else and started shooting at them, which I thought was really weird. I don't know why she did that. She got one rocket on me. She had a few rockets left in her clip, and I don't really know why you would swap aggro like that. Like, that really surprised me. I don't know. I got the kill on Pharah. I think I Graviton here. Hopefully I don't. I would say that it's actually not a very good grab. Oh, okay. I Graviton because they res. So I knew at that second that they couldn't res after we killed all of them. And if we wiped them right now, then the fact that they use res is nullified. So, okay. Mercy would use res here in order for them to keep their push strong, right? Like, maybe Like, it's really useful for when you trade two people, like in some war of attrition kind of thing, and then you res them, and then you have a 6v4. What I'm doing here is I'm trying very hard to prevent that from happening. We'll see how they pop, or this ends out. Alright, so I don't know. I actually missed it. I was like looking at something off stream. I don't know where that Mercy went. This ferret challenged me again and died again. That position where I'm standing right now is extremely effective for dealing with ferrets. It's just it's like a Swiss Army knife for just dealing with scenarios. Like, let's say you pop out to rate in this position where I am. You can graviton from a very safe position. They could have a diva. The only way she can block your graviton is if she's standing behind you, which is very unlikely. Like, you can go up into bridge and you can shoot the enemy team as they're walking through the bridge, or you can turn around and shoot them as they're getting to the bridge. Like, just so many options. It also gives you a nice vantage point to barrier people, and this is something that I don't really do too often. So this gets into a debate about positioning. Now, I tend to stay towards the front of fights. I like to be a high aggro Zarya. I like to do tons of damage. I like to get tons of kills, which is totally cool. Now, I do that mainly when I'm high energy. If I'm low energy, I tend to stay back a little bit and look for good, solid barriers. I do very few barriers, but they're good barriers. My average barrier blocks like 110 damage, which is insane, right? Like if your barrier usage is over 100 per barrier, like that's extremely good. And because that's like targeted damage. You know, there's a card that Reinhardt could get. Maybe it blocks like 30,000 damage, which is alright. But it's not necessarily aimed at people. When you block damage as Zarya, you are blocking like a Roadhog hook, you're blocking a Tracer Bomb, you're blocking a Diva ult. You're blocking things that are going to kill your teammates, and it's a lot more useful. Quality over quantity, exactly. Dude, please tell me my team's winning. Yeah, as you could hear, I was not too happy. I spent a graviton. I killed Farah twice. You know, I killed Farah, she got res, I killed her again. I graviton, like, we really should have been able to get more kills out of this. Fortunately for me, I've got decent energy. I've got 2 barriers coming up in a second here. Hey, Loma. So I'm very easily gonna be able to deal with this stuff. Okay, so like I was talking about earlier, my barriers are kind of, or sorry, my tracking is a little off today, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to keep working on that. I think if I had had better tracking, I would have been able to kill that Zarya straight out. Thank you, cutie. Work study time? Dude, I love work study time. I wish I would have done that in college. Okay, I make my exit here. I should probably stop pausing the game because it's causing, like, artifacting. We got a kill in that Zarya's Graviton, which is actually awesome. I'm really happy. That Farah, yeah, she ran away. She knew better than to go for me. Okay, very often what I'll do is I'll barrier a Roadhog as he pulls somebody. And my logic behind that is I don't want anybody shooting at him. I don't want him getting hooked as he hooks somebody. I just want him to be able to deal with his hook target. Now, as I think about it more, I think that that's actually a bad idea. And I may stop doing that. I think it's better to hold that barrier for something else. You know, if he pulls a Reaper, generally the Reaper's going to Wraith out. But if I know that the Reaper can't Wraith, maybe I'll barrier. I don't know. It's hard. I'll have to play it more situationally and not just do it every time. So just keep that in mind. I guess this may be a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. How do you check how much your barriers block, or was that like an estimate in your head? There's a website, Overbuff. You can see your average barriers. So it'll tell you your damage blocked, your average damage blocked in a game. And then it tells you your projected barriers, and then I just assume that I have half as, or this, my total barriers are twice the number of projected barriers, which may not be the same. I don't really know, but whatever. More energy you get, the more damage you blocked. Right, Loma, but this is like overall. But yeah, so maybe don't bury it. Like if I had waited to bury the Roadhog until now, he'd be able to heal. And I think I failed this jump like 3 times. Okay, never mind. Yeah, damage boosted Pharah. I am extremely lucky I didn't die there, to be completely honest. That really should have killed me. Okay. So that Reinhardt uses charge, so I Graviton to hold him in place for 4 seconds. He can't push up at all. I should really die.
Come to me.
Yeah, I'm like, give me health, man, give me health. I should be very dead. Yeah.
Yikes.
So that.
I feel like my team didn't really do enough there.
Yeah. Borderline salt. Let's not talk about it.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that my team didn't fully reset after that.
I don't care for it.
Look at that Mega Cheat was in the Pharah. Yeah, this Pharah did a terrible job of feeding me.
Huge difference from RM and low
Real, like he really had to stop shooting at my barriers. He's what gave me like 60 plus average energy. It was really bad on his part. And Bolt, what's up, dude? Again, like giving me more rockets or more energy. Like,
let's just stay up top here.
don't do what that Pharah's doing, you guys. Like she's hurting her team very heavily. Yeah, that's why I heard somebody behind me, and it turned out to be the Roadhog. I was like, oh, okay, that explains it. Yeah, I don't really know what was going on with that Reaper. Yeah, look at that. That tracking's so off, man. It's very, like, I don't know, unpracticed. Some days my tracking is just on, man. Take advice from me, don't be me, pretty much. Alright, so here, I'm a little late to drop. I wanted to block that Mercy out. Okay, I managed to kill her anyway.
I had to focus that Mercy.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, I had to focus that Mercy. I didn't want them to res at all. Which is good for me.
First up top.
I'm happy that Reinhardt died. So we've got a Graviton. I don't know what other ults we have. Here I'm going to do my sneaky little jump to get on top of the bridge. So it's a relatively easy jump to make. It's faster than going to the stairs and coming around, but if you miss it, it's not. So don't miss the jump. Cool. I know that Pharah's chilling in here. I actually aggressed her. What Pharah could have done is if she knew where I was, she could have just shifted up to the top of church and wouldn't have had to deal with me at all. I think that might have been a bad Graviton. I didn't really communicate with my team very well. I don't know. Never even thought of that. It's a good jump. Tier 2 lifestyle? Yeah, dude. Again, this Pharah is just giving me more energy. Like, she's... Like, in between fights, she's giving me energy, which is exactly what Zarya wants. And she is destroying her team because of it.
Nice, I'm aggressing.
There I was able to predict the...
What the fuck, dude? How did so much...
Alright, I'm mad. So, the reason that I'm mad is... I said I was aggressing and nobody came with me. And it's very possible that my team wasn't grouped at that point. So, I think that just comes down to remembering that the comms are really bad in pubs. I'm going to classify this as an overextension. I'm pissed. Oh, man. Yeah. Man in Snow is not a smart man. Yeah. I wanted, like, somebody to come with me to aggress with me. In that circumstance, we would have gotten a kill or something. I don't know.
stuff come at me?
Come at me, bro. I'm sick of hearing myself. I can't listen to I can't listen to it anymore. I'm sorry. God, how do you guys watch this stream? I'm so salty all the time. At least I'm not Steel, right?
Zarya's bad because their team is so frustrating. I mean, like, it's part of the reason why I like playing Zarya, so she can make up for it.
Okay, so these guys are walking up.
Perez, fight them right now. Everybody fight. Everybody fight. Everybody fight.
Oh god, yeah, this Farah. Do I kill her? Nice, I do. Okay. I don't know who she's solo. Oh, our Zenyatta. Okay, so here I kind of grab the Mercy. I start bringing her out to the point so she can get her res. That McCree is left side. So what I do is I graviton right side. I know McCree is gonna do something, so I go and I try to stop his high noon, and I get Earth Shattered, and McCree peeks me again, and I don't get high noon. I don't die, which I thought was really interesting. It was kind of confusing, but whatever. Here that Zarya focused down on my Zenyatta. I get ulted. Unfortunately, my tracking is just absolutely awful today, so I'm not really able to get too much out of it. Cringe every time I hear my voice. Yeah, I can't, dude. I can't. I get another graviton. I use it. The Pharah's just in too good of a position for me to deal with her. And I go down. That Reinhardt is just doing work. I think we actually lose the points. Yeah, we lose the point to that, unfortunately. Okay, now we're resetting. I tell this Mercy to come with me. I look like come to me. Come to me if you want to live. There we go. Finally did it. And my team's kind of resetting upper ground. My hope here is that I can block either a Reaper ult or a Zarya ult, and I can kind of shift the flow of battle in my team's favor. I don't think I do either one here. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of flanking as Zarya or Diva. Our Reinhardt gets ulted, and I'm just kind of cleaning up kills after that. Here, I think that Zarya just didn't have an ult. Diva, yeah, I'm a Diva main. Okay, so there goes Anna. It's very important to focus Anna. So basically, how your focuses in a game should work are you should target whoever has the most effective health differential available. What I mean by that is, if somebody can heal at 200 health per second, you have to target them first. Now, if there's somebody that can damage your team at 200 health per second, you should probably target them too. And that includes somebody like a Reaper, maybe a Roadhog. The reason that I think it's most important to focus the Anna is because her ult builds so fast, and even after the nerf, it's still going to build extremely fast. Like the 20% is negligible. The problem with Anna is how fast she heals. You said that before? I've said what before, Loma? Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Yeah, I just like, hey, you want me to play Zarya? Our comp is really good. Really good. I think we try to convince this Mercy to go to Lucio. Our comp's really good. I think our Reinhardt actually wanted to go Winston, and that would be okay. Ideally, he doesn't though. Reinhardt is just better able to deal with, like, he's a more flexible pick. Winston doesn't have, like, he has a time limited barrier. I have a time barrier. I have a time limited barrier. Diva has a time limited barrier. Who else is there in this game that has this shield? Not Roadhog. I don't know. Okay, got a llama. Okay, so I'm looking at my stats. I've got decent damage. I've got pretty good average energy. I feel like I'm doing well. I'm 25-3. I just don't feel like my tracking's doing so well today. And I don't really know why that happens. Like, some days I'm like, my mechanics are behind. Some days my mentality is behind, and some days they're both, you know, amazing. And it's kind of this inconsistency that annoys me. Okay. Let's pause this. Somebody has a question in chat. I kind of have a general question. How do you deal with an Ana-boosted Reinhardt? I often do with a Roadhog, so I'm thinking I should maybe just swap from Zarya to Reinhardt to charge the boosted enemy right away. You just mentioned to prioritize Ana because of her ult, so maybe that. Okay, so how do you deal with an Ana-boosted Reinhardt if you play with a Roadhog? Roadhog ults the boosted Reinhardt, and he's not able to do anything. The Reinhardt could Earth Shatter to stop the Roadhog ult, but it's only so useful, you know? I think that's the most effective way. You could go... Who do you play normally? You could, as Ana, it's actually pretty easy to sleep the Reinhardt. So if your team doesn't damage him at all, it can be pretty effective. But yeah, again, I think that the best way to deal with a boosted Reinhardt is to use your Roadhog ult. They have the same duration. It's completely like self-sustained. Like it's not self-sustaining, but like Ana, if she sleeps a Reinhardt, your team can damage him to wake him up. Roadhog doesn't have to worry about that. He can just push the target away easily. And if the Reinhardt doesn't want to get pushed away, he has to put his shield up, so he can't attack. Easy peasy. Alright, so we just started our attack. I think that they're rotating. Yeah, they just rotated from upper ground. Here I'm trying to bait out a Fire Strike from the Reinhardt by teabagging vigorously. And I messed up. As I was spamming control, I accidentally shifted and used my barrier, so I was kind of like, I made a stupid there. Here, so like, after a Mei cocoons, you really have to focus her. The cooldown on her wall is just too low. I would actually really like to see the health of the wall lowered for Mei. I think they're at 500 right now. I'd like to see it go to like 400, maybe 350. I think 400. I think like 350 would be fine. It would actually make it possible to break it, because right now, like, generally speaking, you need to break the wall in a second and a half. And that means that your team needs to have a total combined DPS of like 350, which is like totally doable for most teams. But the coordination, like which thing do you shoot? You think it's 400? All right, I think it needs to get even lower. I would like to see 100 less health on the wall, on each like thing. So if you don't know, Mei's ice wall is composed of 4 or 5 different pillars. And you can shoot at one pillar to break it if you do like X amount of damage, whether it's 400 or 500. I would like to see a better visual effect for breaking the wall, so that, you know, if somebody's targeting one piece of the wall, it's easy for your team to understand what's getting shot at, or which column is getting shot at. Oh, it is 500. Okay, thank you. Bastion's like the only time I see wall break before it fades. Yeah, it's really hard to coordinate with your team. Like, they have to throw people a bone in order to help with the wall. So here, our Reinhardt's going in. I need to take care of this Mei before anybody gets frozen. She cocoons herself again. So, again, she's contesting the point. There's 5 people on the point, and we can't do anything because of that Mei. There, I sneak a barrier into one of my teammates. I really think I should have held onto it. Okay. So I think I should have held onto that barrier, but whatever. What's going on is my team is all fighting around cart. I know that if anybody is helping their Reinhardt shoot at my team, they're going to be looking directly at the cart and not towards their right flank. So I push the left side, their right flank, and I go and I pull up flank. This would have worked. I didn't necessarily need the Earth Shatter. It's just kind of like an added bonus. Change color slight. Well, I want it to be like Reinhardt's shield, where you like it shows like cracks and stuff. Yeah, I gave up on trying to track. When Zenyatta's are notorious for being hard to shoot as their AD spamming. Whether it's McCree, Tracer, it's really hard. I don't know. So I'm looking at the ults, and I see that our Roadhog has his ult. So I ask him to combo with me. In pubs, people are uncoordinated, and they'll drop at different times. So if I Graviton and we kill 3 people, the other team is 3 people alive. We probably have everybody alive, and that's kind of a one fight.
Poor young man.
All we have to do is pretty much push it to. Oh wait, we have to get like all the way through. I don't know if I win this game actually.
Graviton, are you ready to come over?
Yeah, like you see or here in comms, I tell my team I'm about to Graviton, so I just Graviton right at the Reinhardt. That was actually a dangerous Graviton. I'll explain why. So when I shoot my Graviton at a Reinhardt, he has this big rectangle, right? And if I shoot at the rectangle, what can happen is mid-Graviton, he can drop his shield. And then my Graviton goes sailing past and hits absolutely nobody and is completely wasted. So I tend to shoot... like, I keep the knowledge that there's a Reinhardt shield in front of me, but if the shield goes down, I need to be aiming my Graviton at a better place. Hey, Spider. What's up, man? Makes sense. Just be aware of something like that happening. No game sound, by the way, so we didn't hear comes. Yeah, good. I don't want to hear my own voice. I'm really sorry. I just can't stand it. So we just finished a team fight. We've mostly won it. I barriered my Roadhog because I assumed that Reaper was going to be pushing him. Just kind of a difficult scenario. I had a really good right click on that McCree, and I was able to secure a kill from pretty far away. Our Roadhog just charged past and cost us the point. If our Reinhardt had actually pushed their Reinhardt or charged their Reinhardt, I would have been able to cap the point. Unfortunately, he dies. The enemy team is grouping. There's not a whole lot I can do aside from break this Reinhardt shield. I'm trying to keep us in the fight. Like, I just want this to be a drawn-out fight right now. There isn't very much time left, but still, I just want this to get going. Our Roadhog saves the day. He keeps me alive by hooking the Reinhardt that was going to charge me. Here, I'm just walking directly at this Roadhog and not barriering. Alright, so after he shot that second time, I knew he wouldn't be able to kill me if he hooked me, so I just barriered it. Because that means that he's not going to hook me. Right, if the Roadhog can't kill me, he's not going to hook me. Basically. Okay, I got it, OG. Thank you. And boss, what up, dude? Did I already say hi? I don't know. I'm losing it today. I'm going crazy. I could have eaten that Fire Strike for 100 energy. I decided not to. I didn't really need to. Generally, I've been trying to space out my barriers, so if I like, I'll only try to barrier once I'm at 70 energy for myself. I'll always use my barriers for my teammates when they're necessary. So that may just mean that I'm always at 100 energy, which is fine. In the 8 seconds that it takes for my projected barrier to recharge, how much energy would I lose? 24. So if I can get 30 energy out of each of my projected barriers, I'm always going to be at 100 energy after a certain point, and then I can just use my personal barriers whenever, like, it's super necessary, or as like an emergency kind of thing. Hopefully I checked out. Oh wait, I already coordinated with my Roadhog. He's getting to here right now, and I just get a sick, like, we basically flanked them really hard. Unfortunately, the Zenyatta ults. In the future, I think that, and I may communicate this with my team later. I think that it's better to wait until Zenyatta ults or doesn't ult to use your ult, if that makes sense. Like, it could turn into a little bit of game of chicken. Here, I've got high energy. I've got 3 targets that I need to mow down. It's nothing they can do. I assume this McCree is going left, and indeed he does. And I pick him off with another grenade. I kind of assumed that Reinhardt was going to charge my team. A Graviton and or an yeah, absolutely, or an Ana. And we had an Ana. She just wasn't in a position to get her biotic grenade into the Graviton, which sucks, but whatever. I am really happy that Ana is in this meta. I think that she does an amazing job in this meta. Quite obviously, it's based around her. But what I mean, like, dive comp is really shitty to play. Like, it just sucks because you're basically like how dive comp works is you have a Winston, you have a Tracer, you have a Genji, and you send those three people to kill the enemy team's Zarya, Lucio, and Zenyatta. And it really sucks because basically you can't really protect your healers. Your healers can either hide or stay in spawn. Um, if you're an Ana, you can biotic need the Graviton to deny Zen all. Yes, half curse, which is awesome. Feels good, man. I love when that happens. Um, yeah, it just sucks like throwing your supports under the bus, but that's kind of like what it requires. So I think this meta is better than dive meta. Um, it's very ult based and not very DM based, and it's really frustrating because I want the charge for ults to be extended. Like I want everybody's ult to take like 50% longer to build. Everybody in the game. Like I don't want ults to be as prominent in this game as they are right now. I would prefer that DM plays a bigger role in this game. Um, yeah, I don't like it. Hello, Daniel.